Obviously, it feels like you've had a long time between the sort of last game and this one. How has that time gone, and how have you and the players tried to use it? Have you kind of switched off, or what have you done?
Yeah, you can think about other things for a while, but you don't switch off. It was very annoying seeing other teams play in our division and not being involved in anything last Saturday, I must admit. And you don't know what that's going to bring. So hopefully we've got together a little bit. One team beat the other one 3-0, but it was a lot closer than that. So a little bit of reflection. There was things in that game that I thought we did really well. Both teams did really well, and the team that came out on top did what I want slightly better. So I've been able to show them that as well. So, and I'll remind them again this morning. So hopefully we can get things from that. But it's not the same, is it? It's not the same as playing someone else having a league match. But hopefully we'll get going again. It feels like we need to get going. So, we'll have to wait and see.
Was that your sort of in-house game between the two?
Yeah. Well, properly kitted up with a real referee, Premier League ref. So he did very well. So it was good. It was good.
And that's a little bit different, but with your kind of experience at sort of Premier League and Championship level, how do you sort of manage these international breaks, as it were?
Well, firstly, you want a good result before you get the break, which we had, 1-0. That was compounded by Newport winning away from home on Saturday. I thought they were better than they've been doing, and they proved that. So it's all about trying to keep things going, and when you haven't got a game, that's the difficult thing. You keep habits. You try and, but the training that we do was a lot heavier, a lot more running, a lot more distances, a lot more sprinting. So we've sort of mini pre-season really, and just re-referencing things that are really important. Making sure that they understand that when we do that, we're a good team. If we don't do that, we're not as good. And I think we were totally reminded without the league has just concertinaed up. People below, other people who probably weren't expected to win have won, and now it makes it really tight. From halfway to fourth is 4 points, I think. That's all it is, which is nothing, is it, in the course of a season? So it's all about trying to get little batches of games and get momentum and keep that going and keep learning. But only time will tell whether we're getting any better or not. So.
How are things fitness-wise? How close is James Ball back to getting involved?
Yeah, he's joined in for the first time the other day with most of the sessions. So really good news. And everybody else is ticking over fine. Aaron Drinnan's fit again. There's only a slight worry from Adam Murphy. Came back and felt his Achilles, limped out of training, had a bag of ice on when he went to the gym. I said, take that off, mate, it looks ridiculous. But apparently he's training this morning, so it can't be that bad. It must have just been a sharp thing, but so it's going to be tough decisions to make.
3 games with Accrington last season, 3 draws, so does that tell you how hard they can be to kind of deal with and break down at times?
Yeah, absolutely. This league is renowned for it. You never know who's going to win, and what you've got to do is be consistent. So they're a very physical side. They'll run, they'll chase, they'll work. Very honest and very talented. So got a few changes from last year, but I'm expecting exactly the same from very streetwise coaches they've got and managers. So I'm quite excited about having a game again. It's nice feeling.
And what is it like to sort of go up there? It feels kind of very kind of compact, sort of tight ground. I think that makes a difference in how teams play and how the occasion feels.
They're Pudlians, aren't they? They're incredible people. You know, a bit of fun, a bit of banter, a bit of, I won't call it abuse, it's not really. It's not. It's a decent football club in a really good area, and the people are very proud of their football. And they've done ever so well. You know, if you think back to the advert years ago when I was a kid, it's still stuck now, isn't it? Exactly, Accrington Stanley. So drink your milk. But I think they've done ever so well, and it's a game I always look forward to.
When you kind of talk about consistency, what are the kind of underlying things that kind of get you there, do you think, does it produce the kind of, that help you produce the level of performances you want and need?
That's your mindset. Everything's about wanting to win. Every session we do has something slightly different in it. We challenge them to understand what we're asking them to do, how to win. It might be to score a goal, you have to get a certain amount of passes. So why are you going to give it away on 8 when you need 2 more? Why are you going to try and do that long switch when you've got 2 people close to you and 1, 2, 3 and you've scored? So it's about their understanding of what we're asking them to do, and then we'll tell them when the main game comes that this is what you need to focus on, this is what they're good at. So you give them total clarity, because you can't play the same every single minute of every single game. It doesn't work that way because of what the opposition are doing, and you've got the importance you have to put on that as a group is vital, whether you're going to be successful or not. 1 second can change everything, and we've got to be ready for that, and you have to be ready before them. Every time the ball goes out, can you be ready before them? And a couple of weeks ago we weren't. Our fans were singing we're top of the league, and then we weren't, you know, because they scored a volley, a dipping volley from a throw-in. It was only a throw-in. Sorry, it was only a goal kick that dropped down, and then they played it back in, and we didn't get our setup right. 2 yards. Someone to go 2 yards and block that, we get a free kick, they don't score. And that would have made that game at least a draw. So, and this is what you're trying to get to them, and you have to control this, you have to organise this, you have to do that, because that's the times that we can help them, when they're on that pitch. So every minute of every day, we're trying to get them to understand how important every single second is from now until the end of the season. And if they can grasp that, try and get consistent, try and be consistent, then the results might be consistent, because what we've done so far is okay compared to everybody else. Can we continue to do that? Can we improve on it once other people know what we're doing now? So, you know, this is the challenge for all of it. And nothing ever stays the same in football. Man City aren't top of the league anymore. People are sussing them out, seeing what they're doing. It's taken a while, but do you know what I mean? Arsenal are having a go, and everybody's trying to improve. So, you know, at the end of it, nothing's for granted. As Mr. Tootle said the other night, well done. They haven't let a goal in. They've won 6 games in a row. And still not good enough, is it? But it's quite funny. I thought that went quite well the other day. A little bit of banter, a little bit of teasing. We'll sing when we want. We'll sing what we like. And is this loud enough for you? It's all very strange, the way football crowds are these days. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're trying to please them. They're trying to be pleased by us. And you've got to look at those relationships and make sure that you show them that you care more than they do. That's the truth. You need your team to care more than you do. Is that possible? You know, that's what I'm trying to feed into this lot here.
I'd imagine that's quite hard to get them to care more than you.
Yeah, they should do, because it's their livelihood. It's actually feeding their families. So, if you can't care about that, what chance you got? But is there any loyalty in football these days? Yeah, that's what you ask yourself. Is there? I watched the archive of Swindon 6 days after a game. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and things have changed so much from that. Do you know what I mean? Oh my goodness me, seeing Don Rogers and John Trollope, and they were young, and it was fresh, and it was it was joyful to watch. But wow, it's so different these days. But deep down, the club isn't. All those people turning up still love Swindon, still part of their lives. Mums, nans, grands, dads, kids, it's all, you all have to be, and that, this club is still the same. So, you know, for me, it's an honour and a joy to be here and see if I can get them to understand what it's really, truly all about, which is the badge. And can we keep improving it? Are we proud to wear it? And deal with disappointments, because we'll get some. It's been going well lately, but we'll get some. The way we did the other week when Harry got injured and Bawley got injured and Harrison got injured, the way that they've rallied together, the way they've come together to what we managed to do, you know. We need to keep that going, and it's a long, old journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So, as I say, we're only just out the blocks, aren't we, really, truthfully? Only just not even stood up yet. We're not even sprinting properly yet. So who knows what's going to happen. But let's try and enjoy it as we go and make sure that we keep on and keep on and keep on about really important things, our togetherness.
And last one away from the pitch, Les Caffrey, who's sort of been involved in recruitment, has gone off to Manchester City. Does that mean more work for you, or do you have kind of a sort of structure and network of people you are looking for who can
No, he's going
the work he does?
He's going to be a big loss. He's been headhunted by Man City, and I don't blame him. You know, he's a wonderful fella, works his socks off, absolute workaholic, and he deserves where he's going and what he's doing. So hopefully I'll still have a relationship with him. That if anything that's not good enough for them, I can phone him and ask, which is how you build your relationships, really. But we're going to have to look at it. We're going to have to replace, to probably do it in a different way. But we're on it. But I'm very pleased for him. It shows the reward that for the good work that he's done and his knowledge. It's been absolutely paramount to what we did in the summer. Of our reflections and whatever we get as data-wise, we bounce it straight to him and the people that he knows and whether he knows that player. And so he's going to be sorely missed, in my opinion. But as I say, I'm very, very proud for him. Been recognised by a club the size of that. So well done, Les. Thanks for what you've done for us, and hopefully keep in touch, my friend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Like you said before, that you wanted to kind of change the way the club does scouting. So does this kind of, not that it's positive, but it opens up the opportunity for you to make some of those changes?
I was going to add to Les. I probably need 3, 4, 5 Leses if I can in different areas, covering different things. But to lose him is a blow, without a shadow of a doubt. A wicked blow. One I wasn't expecting, one I didn't want. But I can understand it. And the people that he worked closely with aren't here anymore. You know, so that's what you can lose when you've got a record like we've got over recent years. So hopefully I can change 1 or 2 things along the way. Hopefully I'm given time enough to do that, to make sure that the club will benefit in the long run, because that's what I'm here for. The long-term future of Swindon. What do I want? What can I do to help that? Les would have been part of that. Unfortunately, that ain't the case anymore, so let's see if we can move on.
In addition to working with players pretty hard, you also gave them a couple of extra days off. So do you feel like that kind of additional pressures might help, given that the fixtures will now start to bunch up a bit?
Don't know. Honestly, don't know. I just walked in this morning and said, have a day off. You know, have another one, go on. They all seem to love a day off, you know what I mean? I don't like it. I like working days. I like to know, to watch, to see where they are. When I haven't seen them, I don't know where they are. But every now and again, it's weird. Because football takes over everything you ever think about, and even what you eat, you know, when you eat, what you eat, to get yourself fit to do it. When you can have we had a 4-day break, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I gave them Monday, so. And they're back in this week doing their work, but it's there were some other scenarios. They chose that one. So it's longer than normal. It's been abnormal, but the work we did building up to that, they didn't get a day off. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, bang. And it was very, very tough. So their bodies needed that. But we'll have to wait and see. And the awkward bit, they all spread out and they, like a bit of a gunshot, off they go. And I think that's the problem. When you watch, everybody was living in Swindon, on these archive things. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's brilliant. It really is. The cars and everything about it, it was, some of the coverage was amazing. Ernie Hunt, wow. I almost felt like he was my best mate at the end of it all. Wonderful, what a bloke. They're playing in the street with local people. It was just amazing. So, what can you do that these days? Yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. Try and get us closer to our fans. Try and do things that, like the club did last Christmas. How they had the old age pensioners meal and then an evening, and then we did the young kids and what we did for the young kids, juniors. It was something else, but I'm trying to come up with ways that I can get my players to go and see local kids and help them and talk to them, and all of this, it'll all come out over the weeks and months coming up. So it's all about trying to get back to understanding the role that you have on top of just being a football player. And I think the lads are getting it. I really do think they're getting it. I think the type of people they are, adding the ones that we've added, I really do believe I'm getting to where I want with this group. And we will. It's disappointment. You have to deal with disappointment. In football, I've learned that more than anything. You have to keep going through ups and downs because you get that. And life is exactly that way, particularly at this moment in time. How difficult it is for everybody to afford things. Listen on the radio on the way in again. God, it's doing my head in about the cuts here and more taxes and all that. Oh, it just makes me want to kill people. Shut up, you. What are you doing? As if they're not taking enough from us in a way. So how lucky then that turns back on this lot. How lucky are you lot? Now come on. What are you going to give back? What are you going to do? How are we going to do this? Do you realise the responsibility that you're carrying on your shoulders? And do you realise that bad pass has cost everybody? So come on. And why didn't you tell him and shout to him and tell him the other choice? So it's not just that one person. We're trying to become a group. And we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. This is one of the rare times that everybody else has played and my team hasn't. Not used to it. Didn't expect it. Didn't see it coming. But we'll see. And if we don't do well on Saturday, it's nothing to do with what we did last week. It's not that. It's us against Accrington, isn't it? It's even how you get there, what time you get there, and how you travel. You're trying to find what works. Our away form has been much better this year, so hopefully whatever we're doing is working. So you try and keep to that. But it's all about what you're creating in here and what that then stirs inside that one person to actually share it with the other ones and go out there and be a force. You need to become a force to be reckoned with. Week in, week out, game in, game out. And you never give up. And no matter how hard you try, no matter whatever you do, you can't ever guarantee it. Not from one Saturday to a Tuesday, you can. And that's why football is so infuriating yet so wonderful. So exhilarating yet so disappointing. All in one thing. And wow. Nothing else like it, so I love it. Can't wait to play a real game. I got 2 days left until I can see my team play, because that's when I come alive. Can I help them at half-time and at the end? That's it, really. Joe? Did I even answer your question? Sorry, mate.
No, very well. Thank you very much.
During this period, bookmakers linked your name with Blackpool. What do you like? How do you respond to being linked with other clubs?
How lazy is that? No, seriously, how lazy is that? No work's been done. Nobody talks to anybody anymore. No one's asked me a question about it. Well done. That was years ago. Good luck to you. I'm here now and I'm loving every minute of it. So as long as I can make that last, I will do. And hopefully it'll be for years and years. because I want to be successful for this football club. So that's it, really.
Harry's had his surgery in this period as well.
Yeah.
How is he feeling about things? How much have you been able to keep in touch with him?
Yeah, we're in touch as much as we can. As a club, I think Alicia has been absolutely outstanding in that since she's come here. She understands what a football club is. We haven't got a PR representative at the moment. She's taken over that at the moment while we're looking for one. Who's Jamie White was that, and he's gone. So she's been outstanding. It's very, very difficult for Harry. Very, very difficult for anybody who's not enjoying this period, because everybody's doing well, and then you were part of that, and then you're not, and you've got to deal with that. And now you also got to deal with the fact that this injury is going to keep you out the rest of the season. So that was always going to be a problem. At the moment, he looks like he's doing very well. The injury has healed, and the operation was able to be very, very successful. They didn't have to fix the other ligament. They just did the middle one, the big one in the middle. So ACL is fixed and the MCL had healed. So it was very, very good news. But as I say, we're on him, we're trying to help him, and anybody who's been a footballer understands that your worst fears and nightmares and dealing with it is the mental side of being injured. Because you are completely outcast, you're on your own, and it's just so different and so worrying. You know, will I be right? Am I going to be okay? No matter what anyone says, no matter what you look up about, you can get online now and look up your injuries and what it plays in here, doesn't it? You know, so we're all going to help him as much as we can, and the other ones, and Harrison, and it's very, very tough, because it's in a period. Life couldn't have chosen it any worse, could they? Just turn down an offer of a contract from a different club, and he's out of contract himself. So, is it easy being a footballer? No, it's not.
One must add an extra dimension on management for you as well, given that he's unable to prove himself until his contract runs out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is. I'm glad I'm experienced. Honestly, glad I'm experienced, but it's just one step at a time, baby steps. I'm afraid that's life. What you should do is just, if you want to keep moving, don't stop. You got to try and keep moving. So whatever they're allowing him to do, he's still moving. Not like the way he wants to move, but he has to keep going. And I'm challenging the lads to make sure that when he is ready for a new offer, that it's a first division offer. That's what they can do for him. You know, and you got to find ways. So we're on it, we're up with it, but I feel for him, I feel for every one of my players who, whatever situation they're in, if they're playing, if they're not, if they're on the bench, if they're not in the squad, I feel the same for them. The responsibility that I feel is what I miss in my life when I haven't got this opportunity. So hopefully I can help him, and hopefully the club will help him and his players will help him by continuing to do what we're doing and continuing to move forward. But that's very, very difficult when you were the player of the year last year and now you're not playing and the team's still winning. So it would feel exactly the same if we were losing, probably even worse. But it's difficult to get your head around that without a shadow of a doubt for anybody. So we will keep monitoring him, try and keep him busy. But it's better now because he's had 4 weeks where he was waiting for the operation. You know, that was the danger zone, but hopefully we're through that.